guys. And but so the local college.
But 2 minutes?
Well, let me tell you, I got all kinds of. In 2 minutes, you'd be surprised how many like wiener jokes and STD jokes the college kids could sneak in.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to do rat-a-tat-tat. Like, you couldn't do like what Chappelle does in 2 minutes.
No, and I myself am much more of a storyteller, so there's no way I could even do that now. It's a 2-minute segment. Yeah, you got to probably just throw out a handful of one-liners and be on your way.
All right, another quick break. Come back, and I want to talk about pro wrestler turned comedian and your upcoming special.
All right.
So I was on your bio, pro wrestler turned comedian. Talk to me.
So worked as a pro wrestler originally through college, and then my senior year in college is when I stopped wrestling and moved into comedy. So it all ended. I got hit in the back of the head with a steel chair. This is my favorite wrestling story, and legit knocks me out in the middle of the ring. And then I'm supposed to as the script goes, I'm supposed to roll over and pin the bad guy for the win, and I'm not moving. And so, as the videotape shows, one of the other guys in the ring kind of kicks me a couple times, like you would a dead body or something. And he's like, "Hey," and I wake up. I'm like, "What happened?" And he's just like, "You got to pin that guy." And I was like, "What guy?" He's like, "Do you know where you are?" And I was like, "No." And then, so he just kind of drug me over the top of him, and they counted the 1, 2, 3. And all I remember from that is a bright flash in my eyes, even though I got hit from behind. And, what can you say? That was my WWE tryout.
Wow. And you've got a podcast now about wrestling.
Yeah. So the Dynamite Drop-In, we talk AEW is kind of the rival wrestling promotion to what's now the WWE. They have a weekly wrestling show called Dynamite, and so then we call Dynamite Drop-In, which is us doing a weekly recap of that show. Sure. So we just released on Amazon Prime my first stand-up special. I've been a comedian now 19 years, and my first special, Who's With Me, on Amazon Prime right now. And just last I looked, 10 reviews. I've got 9 5-stars and 1 4-star. So I think Simon Cowell might have watched. But otherwise, I think people are really liking it.
4 stars isn't bad, because you usually get 5 or 1. People, if on the podcast, if you're lucky enough to get anyone to rate it, you get a 5, or you get the occasional like, this guy's terrible, and that's fine. Goes with the territory. You put yourself out there, right? But a 4 is kind of weird. It's like, oh, this special is pretty good. Like, it's just a weird number.
Yeah, I think everybody was going, loved it. It was awesome, fantastic, and one guy was like, good, not great.
When did you film it?
I actually filmed in September 2019, and then we're supposed to release in May 2020. And then with COVID, everything got delayed and pushed back. And as I say, the good folks at Amazon, Ma and Pa shop, doing the best they can, got a little backed up with it. But then, here we are. It finally came out.
That's great. That must have been like tons of fun putting on, whatever device you used to pull up Amazon Prime and, just seeing it there on the TV screen. That's got to be awesome, right?
Yeah, it's a big deal. And like I said, it's a long time coming, 19 years in the biz. And, finally, the big things are starting to happen. It was, as that was going on, I hit Dry Bar Comedy and got a special on there. And, as all this was going on, I started filling up the smaller theaters that seat 200, 300, and everything was coming along. My checks were growing. My income was growing, and somebody coughed and it stopped.
Oh, wow. I'm going to tell you a real story.
All right.
I just got a text from my wife as you told that story. I've been in the basement for 6 days because I tested positive for COVID 7-8 days ago, and I feel fine 100%, right?
Yeah.
And my family had me take a second test. I just found out I'm negative, which is good, but I've been in the basement for 6 days for no reason, apparently. But hey, I'm healthy. That just came in just now because she was calling me as we were recording just to do a call back to the beginning. I'm like, why is she calling me in the middle of this interview? But I'm glad I don't have COVID.
Well, you know what? Your luck is turning around. You need to play the lotto because things are going to happen for you.
There you go. Now I got a dog barking. I think the world is telling me it is time to wrap this up. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you. Promote the special again, please.
So it's, again, on Amazon Prime. Jeremy Nunes, Who's With Me, is available there. And then the podcast Dynamite Drop In. And then if you want to follow me, I'm on all major social media, Jeremy Nunes.
A total pleasure. I'm going to go be with other humans for the first time in a week, but thanks for doing the pod.
All right, John, I appreciate you.
Jeremy Nunes, he was pretty cool, right? His special Amazon Prime, it's called Who's With Me? He also has a podcast. It's called Dynamite Drop In. It's about wrestling. Check him out, Nunes, Nunes, at Jeremy Nunes on Twitter and social media places. And that's it for today. If you're new to the pod, follow on Spotify, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your shows. See you tomorrow.